Good afternoon, one and all. We are today we are having a eminent personality who helps people in their startup. Basically, uh, is Mr. He is Dr. M.K.Kaushik. He is CEO of Viva. It is Vaagdevi uh, Incubator Center. He is a CEO there. He completed his Ph.D. in wireless communications from BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. He has 10 year of industry experience, academia, research, and startup ecosystems, having 23 international and national conference and journals to his publications. He got 2 patent also got published. Faculty leading in Quansen international projects. He has already mentored 5 startups and few are on the line. Organized 12 hackathons, ideathons, summits in technology competition. He has produced international videos on different subjects like technology, laboratories, and content related to electronics and communication domain. Designed online certification course Entrepreneurship 101 and Technologies for Future Sites. He is a member of IUCEE leading India. He got many awards also. Currently, he is working as a CEO of Vaagdevi Incubation and Business Accelerator. Today, he will guide us in how to start a startup, how to begin a startup with data science and artificial intelligence and machine learning into view, because this is people are thinking that this is a new domain and people are not in a position to decide whether to take this course as a to their advantage or not. Mr. Kaushik will guide us that this course is a very hot cake kind of thing which can be sold out very fast, and in a day, in a year or two, people those who are getting into it, they will try finding their cream out of it. So without taking much of the time, over to Dr. Kaushik.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the introduction. Webinars, there are so many experts who have given their talk, and people have given KT on data science and artificial intelligence. So today's topic is about entrepreneurship opportunities in data science and artificial intelligence. So I'll be moving to that at later stage, but I just want to hear from participants why are we choosing engineering? My first question is, why are we doing engineering? Okay, entrepreneurship, data science, artificial intelligence later, but why do we join engineering at the first hand? So if any participants are there, I would like to know the answer. Yeah, if someone answers that, then I'll just take a lead from there and then we go forward. Why do we do engineering? Why should I join engineering first of all? Any participant, if they answer, I can take a lead from there.
Just hold on, sir. I'll.
Okay, so okay, I can take. I mean, if people are giving answers, I'll take a lead from there. But so basically, if you want, if you are good in MPC, I mean, I think the target audience are from intermediate and who are aspiring for engineering, and people who are doing their engineering and people who have completed engineering. So first of all, I just want to tell you people why we do engineering. Okay, it's not Wikipedia definition of engineering. This engineering, why we do is like there are so many problems in the society, or there are so many loopholes in the society. Who will go and address those problems? That is what the question is. Let's suppose I want electricity in my home. Who does that? I want to catch a good signal so that I can talk over my phone. Who does that? Okay. Let's suppose I want to open some app where I can pay online. Who does that? Okay. I just want to have a construction to happen with natural resources and materials. Who does that? I have a car, okay, and autonomous or any engine car, okay. So I have a car, and there are so many machinery which is involved in it. Who designs that? Okay, so these kind of questions you need to put. Why? Because most of the students who are coming out from their intermediate, I don't see this kind of thought process in them. Okay, why are we doing why are we starting doing the engineering? Why? Because I'll get a job. What kind of job you get? Okay, so if you are taking EC, what are the kind of jobs which are available in the market? If you are joining computer science, what kind of jobs are there? If you are joining computer science, AI and data science, what kind of jobs you get? Okay, if you don't have a basic knowledge of why we are joining engineering and why we are doing a particular course, then it will be a soup for you in the next 4 years. So I always tell students to, before joining, you just know about it. Okay, why these new courses, artificial and data science? Why these new courses? Even government of Telangana has named this year as artificial intelligence year. Why? Because the impact it is showing on different kinds of businesses. Okay, I'm not just telling in perspective of education. Okay, I'm telling in the perspective of business. You see, any business, it is creating a lot of data. It is creating a lot of data. You all might be doing online shopping. You all, I mean, Flipkart, Amazon, or Paytm, I mean, online shopping, you all might be doing. So while doing your this shopping, you might be creating so many keywords, and based on those keywords, you might be getting so much of data, and you might be chatting with your friends on WhatsApp. You might be pushing your data on Instagram. You might be pushing your photos, videos on Facebook. You are seeing this live on YouTube. Okay, so all these things are in terms of data. System will understand only ones and zeros. Whatever you give an image, you give a video, you give the voice information, everything is converted into ones and zeros. Why? Because the electronic equipment which is associated to show the data, to send the data, it understands only ones and zeros. Okay, now this much data, if you just see 20-30 years back, there was no this much data, there was no camera. Okay, now if you see just my phone, it has 48 megapixel camera. If you see high-end phones, it has more than that, 120, 130, 150. I'm just telling. Okay, if you take a picture from that high-end camera, how much data you're producing? Okay, let me tell you why. Because you all know mathematics and artificial intelligence and data science requires matrices and vector operations. So if I'll tell you in terms of that, if you take an image, okay, image will be calculated in terms of rows by columns, 100 by 100. I hope this will be understood by every student who is present here. 100 by 100, 200 by 200, which means 100 rows and 100 columns. 100 by 100 is nothing but rows versus columns. Now, if you take an image from some camera which is of high end, it will be of 20,000 by 20,000 pixels. Okay, or 1 lakh by 1 lakh pixels. If it is if you are shooting a movie in movie camera, you know, you see movies like Baahubali and all, 4K digital cameras they are using, then high-end cameras they are using. What I'm trying to tell you is, as the equipment, sophisticated equipments we are using, that much data we are producing. What's happening with the data? What's happening with the data? Why? Because whatever information we are producing is a meaningful information. Why? Because you are shooting a movie, it's a meaningful information or not? I'm taking a picture, is it meaningful information or not? I'm chatting with my friend, is it meaningful information or not? Okay, I'm uploading my picture, I'm putting this video on live, is it information or not? Okay, this is all the information we are putting out, and this information has to be processed. Okay, so that is where this artificial intelligence and data science comes into picture. Why now? Why this year is named as artificial intelligence AI year in government of Telangana? Why even government is looking for AI engineers and data science engineers? You just go and Google it. Even ISRO is looking for AI engineers. Why? Because so much of satellite data is coming. There are so many satellites which are revolving around Earth orbit, and those are taking so much of data. Okay, so thing is, what we all have to understand is, as the days are progressing, sophisticated equipments are improved. Once sophisticated equipments are improved, the data produced by those sophisticated uh, equipments is also at high end. Now this much data. So the reason why everyone are talking about artificial intelligence and data science is the data produced by all the electronic gadgets. That is one thing. Okay, previously it was not the case. Well, because okay, just if you see, just 5 to 8 years back, there was no WhatsApp, there was no Instagram. Okay, these Facebook and Orkut, I mean, you people might not have heard these social media platforms. Okay, those were at a very low end. Only few people used to use that. So when only few people were using that, there was no much data. Okay, so that is where data has become new oil. Okay, as oil was treated as a good asset for any country, now data has become oil. Now see, I said the reason why data has been increasing so much, it's due to the new equipment which is coming up, new applications which are coming up. Why? Because see, as a user, if you buy a phone with 48 megapixel, next month itself, if you see 128 megapixel camera, you want to buy that. Why? Because we always want to upgrade as the technology is upgrading. So this much data, what to do, where to store, how to store. Okay, even I was listening to yesterday's lecture also, structured data, unstructured data. I don't want to get into those technicalities, but I just want to give you the perspective, right? So why, how, and what to do with the data. Now there, I said no, even ISRO wants data scientists. See, I just want to generalize things. I mean, everything comes under one umbrella: artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, data analytics. Everything comes under one umbrella. Let me generically talk about it, and then I'll just divide the things. Okay, so it all comes under artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, you all know what it is. We are human. We have memory in our database. Our database is nothing but our brain. Whatever we see, whatever we see, we smell, we taste, we hear, everything is stored in our brain, which is called your database. And whenever if you want to perceive or you want to recollect the data, you just take it from your database, you process it. See people, what I am telling is how human does. I have seen one person. Let's suppose I saw a person named Ram. Okay, so the person, when I saw that person, my eyes, what it does, it just calculates few features from that person, whether he is tall or not, whether his hair is gray or white or black. Okay, what kind of I mean, he has beard or not, he has spectacles, he has wore spectacles or not. Okay, how he looks. Okay, these kind of features, unknowingly, our eyes are cameras, unknowingly or knowingly, we are collecting so many features from a person called Ram. Now this whole information is stored in your brain, which is called your database. Now next time when that person comes, you have already those features in your brain. What your brain does, why I'm giving this example? Why? Because same replica they have done it in artificial intelligence and machine learning and neural networks. Why? Because this is neural networks is based for all those things. Okay, your brain also has some neurons. Okay, they produce synapses. Based on that, the information is passed. It's all electric signals in your body. Also, everything happens with electric signals only. Your neurons produce electric signals. Based on that, only the information comes. Now, I was telling that example. You have seen that person. You have few features which are calculated and which are there in your memory. Now, whenever you see the person, on the other day, you just tell, "Hi Ram, how are you?" How do you know it? Okay. Why? Because you have already calculated few features. Okay, you have some inbuilt mechanism in your body where you see, okay, and then you calculate few features. Based on those features are stored in your brain, which is called database. And whenever that same scenario exists, you just recall the information and then you put a tag called he's Ram. Why? Because you know he's Ram. Ram has these kind of features. He wears spectacles. He has gray hair. He looks tall. He looks handsome. Something like that. So these kind of features are already stored, and you have explored those features, and then you said same kind of replica is done in neural networks or machine learning or artificial intelligence. See, I am a person who can remember 100 people by looking at one stretch. That is what the capability of a person. Now, if you ask me to look 1,000 people in an auditorium, remember every feature, and then remember their name, is it difficult or not? That is what the example is. Simple example I have taken. I can remember 100 people faces and their features, and whenever I see next time, I can just retrieve and I can tell their names. But if I ask you to take 1,000 people, if I ask you to look at 10,000 people, if I ask you to look at 10 lakhs people, is it possible for me to retrieve the information then and there and tell their name? No. So whenever there is huge data, there is chance for huge data, people look for systems. Okay, people look for few algorithms which does these operations. Are you understanding? I think I have given a proper example which is very understandable to you people. So I spoke about artificial intelligence, calculating the features, storing it in database, processing the data, retrieving the data based on the information you are labeling the data. So this is what I said. Now, whenever there is huge data, as a person I cannot do. So that is where humans have developed systems. So in that system also, you all know, I mean, you people have done mathematics. If you are intermediate students, if you are already doing your engineering, you know what is coding. What coding does is it just gives a structure to the logical analysis or aptitude analysis, what you do. Okay, it gives you a structure, it gives you a logic where if 10,000 people are there, what kind of features I need to recognize from them. Okay, everyone are born different, everyone has different features, so every feature has to be calculated and then it has to get processed and it has to give the data. Now I hope you understood whatever I said. Let's take it as an example. Now I built an office. I have an office, and in my office 50 to 100 employees are there. Every day I cannot stand in front of gate and I just recognize whether people are coming on time or are they coming with their tags and all. Now if I have a system, okay, where every feature is stored, and if we write some algorithm, okay, machine learning algorithm. Machine learning is nothing but the name itself tells. I no need to tell. Machine learning. Machine has to learn few features. Okay, I have learned how Ram looks. Even machine also will learn based on his features whether he is Ram or not. Whenever he comes and stands in front of camera, the system itself will calculate the features and tell, yeah, it is Ram. When next any other John comes, it does the same thing. Any other Muhammad comes, it does the same thing. Okay, I hope this example help you, where machine learning algorithms will help you to decrease the human working load. So that is where it comes. Now let me come to the application, right? So this is what machine learning, neural networks, and then deep neural networks. There are so many other things. Let's not discuss about those things. But this is how, if you see any industry, let me tell healthcare. Okay, let's take healthcare industry. If you go to a doctor, okay, if you have let's suppose you have some fever or you have some cold, then if you go to doctor, what he does, he usually does, he just touches your hand to see how your heartbeat is going. Okay, usually doctors do that. They look at your pulse rate. Once they look at your pulse rate, they ask you to just open your mouth and show your tongue. Why? Because when you have some temperature in your body, obviously the taste buds which are sitting on your tongue, it will change its color. Why? Because even your body is affected, every part in your body is affected. So that is what usually doctors do, right? Then they take their stethoscope and then they check your heart rate, how it is doing. See, people, you need to understand. Now this is a common thing which happens in hospital. Now let's suppose now only COVID-19 situation, doctors cannot touch patients, patients cannot touch doctors, patients cannot visit hospitals. Why? Because virus is everywhere. If virus is everywhere, who is daring to touch anyone. They don't have dare to talk to people. Well, because you need to maintain certain distance. So in this scenario, what can we do? See, this is how the applications will be built. Okay, instead of taking heart rate and all, if I have a watch, okay, yeah, my watches are already available. If you my watches and iPhone watches, so that is what the example is. If I built a watch which is tied around your wrist, and if it calculates your rate of how heart rate variability they are called. So if you just take the values, and if you have some Bluetooth device on your phone, it will be pushed onto your phone. Okay, with the help of Bluetooth, you can push it to your phone. From phone, you can push it to your doctor. Now, what doctor can do? He can look at the parameters. See, from first, what I am telling, features are parameters. For artificial intelligence or data science, for any application, you need to look for the features. You need to look for the feature parameters. Okay, so that is what I am taking healthcare application, where I need to see the heart rate. I need to see how my body temperature. If your watch, whatever you are designing, if it has some temperature sensor, if it has some heart rate variability sensor, then it does how your temperature is and what is doing. If you go to any mall, that checking the temperature, right? That is what it is. Now it only checks the data. If you see, okay, let's take that example only. If you go to any mall or shop, people are checking your temperature, and it is seen manually. Now if I want to analyze how many people are coming to mall, who is having a range of this, let's suppose 90 to 95, how many people are there? 95 to 100, how many people are there? If it is above 100, people are not allowing. But if I have this data, then this data becomes very critical for hospitals and for doctors to decide something. Okay, this is one example in these kind of scenarios how we can do something with data which is available. Okay, now let us take one more example. If you go to agriculture, why? Because most of you come from agricultural background. So let's take agriculture. What usually happens? Why farmer suicides every time? We look into the newspaper. If you look at the newspaper, you see television, you see internet, farmer suicides are there. Why farmer suicides are happening? Who will think about it? We as an engineer, that is what my first question. I don't know anybody has answered that. We are doing engineering to solve the problems which are already there in the society, or if there is some solution, whether it is a good solution or not, if it is efficient solution or not. If it is not an efficient solution, it is our duty as an engineer to make it efficient, to see that it becomes efficient system and it solves the problem in the society. That is why we are doing engineering. We are not doing engineering for the sake of certificate. We are not doing engineering for the sake of getting job. The purpose of doing engineering itself is to solve some problem which is there in the society. Okay, so that is why I'm giving all these examples. If we go to agriculture, I said, no, there is a problem. What is the problem? Why? Because farmers don't know how much pesticides they have to use to their crop. They don't know when the yield comes. Okay, they don't know which crop they have to put in this climatic conditions. Please, people, you try to understand the kind of examples which I am giving. Afterwards, I'll connect it to entrepreneurship and the kind of startups which are coming out in this particular domain. I just want you people to understand how this artificial intelligence and data in science is playing a role. It is solving the problems of the society. It is solving the problems of any person. Why? Because if you have data with you, you can look at the data, you can process the data, you can analyze the data, you can predict the data. See, if you see the farming example itself, if you just have few sensors, if you have a few satellite images, why? Because satellites are there, satellites also will take the image. If you get the data from all these electronic equipments, and once you just look at the data, you process the data. Why? Because we as an engineer, we need to look at the data. We are the responsible people to give some solution to the farmers. How do you give the solution? It's not that one day temperature, one day humidity, and one day rainfall. By looking at one day data, you cannot decide anything. You need to observe the data which is there from past 1 year, or otherwise from past 10 to 20 crops. If you have that information with you, then what happens? You can just look at the data and you can suggest something which is useful for the farmer. Let's suppose I have some cameras which are arranged in my farm. Okay, those cameras will take images of the crop. Now, suddenly, if there is a change in the leaf color, okay, suddenly there is something. There are some tiny holes on the leaves. Suddenly, leaves are falling apart. Okay, these are the indications. What is the indication? Some bacteria or some worms have attacked the crop. Now what usually these people do, they just go buy a pesticide, they ask here and there people, I'm sorry, they ask their neighbors, they ask their friends, something is happening to my crop, what should I do? What they do, okay, there is some pesticide which is available, you go and buy that pesticide. That pesticide for which crop I need to use? I need to use it for sugarcane, I need to use it for rice crops, I need to use it for some other crops. No one knows it. No one knows. Okay, there is some worms who attacked my crop, go and buy a pesticide. Now they buy a pesticide, they put the pesticide. Without knowing that information, what happens? Crop gets curtailed. Okay, now as an engineer, if you just observe these things and if you give some indication to, let's suppose I have tied up with some agricultural university which is nearby to that village. So whatever images I get from the crop, I take those images, I push it to some agricultural university where agricultural scientists are there. They look at those, they look at the data, they analyze the data. They, after analyzing what kind of pesticide they have to give it to it. And one more thing, how much dilution have to be done to that pesticide. Okay, there are some dilution rates also to the pesticide to be used. What is, see, I'll tell you one example. If you have fever, you can take one tablet a day. If you have high fever, doctor also will suggest 2 tablets, one in the morning, one in the night. Okay, now even for the crop also, at what stage the crop has curtailed? If it is at a minimum stage, why do you put more pesticide? If you put more pesticide, one thing is it harms the crop. After, if it's not harming, it comes as a vegetables or fruits, and we people eat, and we get so many diseases. So now, if you are looking at this, so much of data you can get it from sensors which are arranged in the crop. So much data you can get it from cameras which are arranged in the crop. Now you take the data. You, as a data scientist, you can take the data, process it with the software, write some algorithm which calculates the features and parameters, and then process the data and give right information to the farmer. Okay. Now, if you are doing this, you just think how many problems you are solving. You are stopping farmer suicides. One thing is you are stopping farmer suicides. Any preventive measures if they have to take, they'll do it, and they see that the yield comes forward. And then if they are not using pesticides, if you just suggest them, there are some natural methods which can be sprayed so that the worms will not eat the crop. If you just suggest them, for this crop you just use some natural resource. If they use natural resource, then natural organic crops can come. Who will get benefited? The produce which is done is perfect. Then the population, we are the population who are eating, even our health also will get benefited. So what's happening here? Even the technology and the engineers who are working towards that, and the data. If you collect the data, you apply your artificial intelligence algorithms or machine learning algorithms, you just work around the data with your data science concepts or data analytics concepts, then you are trying to solve so many problems. See guys, I have given 2 examples. One is into healthcare, another thing is into agriculture. With this itself, you might have understood what is the scope, what is the broader areas where we can touch with the help of technology by choosing engineering, and particularly artificial intelligence and data science. Why? Because I said, why AI and data science now? Why not 10 years before? Why? Because the sophisticated equipments are improving, so the data is more now. Why? Because there are so many apps, web applications, so many things are there. So obviously data is coming. Who will work on the data? The data scientists, artificial intelligence. The prediction is also high. By 2025, so many jobs are coming into this field. Okay, so many. I cannot tell the count. There is some count. Some millions of jobs are in India. I am talking in India, not abroad also. Millions of jobs are coming. Why? Because people want engineers who write algorithms. People want engineers who do some predictions. Okay, for this, statistics is required. statistics is required, some mathematical calculus is required. So that is why engineering always focuses on mathematics and physics. If you want to become a good engineer, you should have good grip on mathematics, at the same time physics also. If you don't have good knowledge about mathematics and physics, it will become very difficult for you to become a good engineer. Okay, so it was not in earlier stages. If you know one language, okay, Java or C++ or some other language, some database, Oracle or something else, you used to get jobs. Okay, but now in 2020 and after 2020, things have changed. Okay, you need to have you need to learn these tools. Okay, you need to learn so many other tools which helps you people to be fit for the industry. What industry is looking is these kind of applications. Let me take one more example. Let's take education itself. Okay, our startups are working in this. Whatever I am telling, our startups are working. In Viva, we have around 12 startups. Every startup is working in different areas. I'm picking up examples from those startups only. They are students like you only, second year or third year students. They have started their own companies. Okay, I'll tell you what is entrepreneurship and how to come there. But if you don't understand the need for artificial intelligence and machine learning, then you will not get the kick of choosing that area, or you will not get the kick of doing that. So that is why this introductory, I am just putting the foundation well. Once the foundation is well, then we'll go into what is entrepreneurship and how entrepreneurship will help you. Okay, let me take one small example so that I put basics strong for you people. How much importance is artificial intelligence and data science, and then we'll enter into entrepreneurship. Okay, let's you all know, right? If any company comes for the placement, what they usually do, they look at your resume. Okay, resume or curriculum vitae. You write your biodata, you write your projects, whatever you have done, or something like that. You know, now usually HRs means who recruits people from the company. HRs used to look at your resume and they see for the job description will be there, where required skills are there or not. They look at it, and then if you have required skills, they'll call you and they call for the interview. If they're coming to college, there are certain criterias. You should have some 65% and above, and you should not have some backlogs. So you need to write an exam. So this is the structure, right? Nowadays, if you put a resume, human is not looking at your resume. Systems are looking at your resume. Please try to understand. Systems are looking at your resume. I just code with some machine learning algorithm. Okay, if I want some programmer, I need to have Java skills, I need to have some C++ skills, I need to have some Python skills. If he has those skills, and if he has done some 2 projects which are in artificial intelligence and machine learning, I just give the keywords, I just write some machine learning algorithm, I put it, whatever resume you put it in the system, based on the algorithm which I wrote, it looks at it scans your resume. If it is not fitting, it will not go to human also. Okay, one example of machine learning algorithms feature calculations is this. And next thing is, let's suppose I'm very good at marketing and sales. You all know, right? Marketing and sales is, if you have some product, you need to take that product and you have to sell it in the market. That is marketing. And sales is nothing but it is related. Okay, marketing strategies is related and sales is related. Then I'm very good in convincing people. I'm very good in articulation things. Okay, if I'm very good in that and I'm not good in coding, okay, if I'm not good at coding, and if companies comes for coding, if I sit for that, then will I be eligible for it? No, right? I don't have coding skills. I have other skills. Okay, but if company comes for that, then how do we do it? That is why that is where also some softwares are getting developed. Okay, based on your engineering. I mean, we are developing it. I'm just telling the idea what we are doing. From first year to fourth year, we look at your curriculum. We look at your participation in the curriculum. We look at how you are performing, how many marks you are getting, what kind of projects you are doing. From all these things, we calculate the features from first year to fourth year. When you come and sit for the placements, based on these features, we give you a certificate saying that, hello Ram, you are good in this. Okay, and then there are companies who are looking for these kind of eligibility criteria. You need to apply for that. Are you understanding? It's not that any company comes and everyone sits. We are changing the pattern of the placements itself based on your capabilities, based on your strengths. We are going to set up a scenario where you are recommended to those companies. So this is what this will happen in the future. In 1 or 2 years, these kind of systems will come, and whole placement structures also will change. So this is what it is. If you see, I said healthcare, I said agri-tech, I said edutech, education technology, fintech. Fintech is nothing but financials, okay, financial tech, okay. So there also, if you see, there are so many platforms which have come where how you are spending your amount, based on that it will suggest you who is doing all these things. Artificial intelligence engineers are data science engineers sitting in Amazon, Google, Microsoft. You all might have heard these company names, right? These are the big players who are giving out jobs like anything. Okay, let me tell you, if you are in artificial intelligence and machine learning and data science, you are at right place. Why? Because you are learning the right skills which are required immediately. Okay, next 3 years there are so many jobs. Okay, now if you have those skills, Microsoft wants artificial intelligence, Google, Amazon, people are sitting there and writing these things. How your financial structures are, based on that they predict and they just give the information to Amazon. Okay, see, try to understand this. How you are spending, how do you know? Based on your phone pay, based on your Google pay, we do some transactions, right? If you just learn the pattern how you are spending, then if you do some analysis, if this analysis report is given to Amazon, then what Amazon does is, okay, this candidate has a salary of 20,000, and in that 20,000 he is spending 10,000. See the analysis. So he is spending every month 10,000 on his needs. Now he is spending 10,000, right? What all goods are available in Amazon will be directed to him. I hope you are understanding. Okay, so based on the data which is available here on your cash flow, the kind of items which are there, which are in that category, and that bracket will be suggested to you. Let's suppose I get a salary of 1 lakh. My spending is around 50,000. So those kind of variety of projects will be suggested to me. Okay, you all might have seen. Okay, if you go to Amazon and you order something, otherwise in Google also, if you search something, you check your mails, immediately those kind of ads will come into your Google accounts. Immediately Amazon will suggest you something. One good example, if you are buying bread toaster, what it will show? It will suggest you something in the between, right? If you are okay, let's take one example. You are buying a phone, you are buying a laptop. Whenever you are buying that, what it does in the down Amazon, it suggests you few other things. You buy, if you are buying laptop, you buy laptop bag also. If you are buying mobile, you buy mobile case also. You buy earpieces also. How is this doing? Why? Because the other players who have used the platform, whenever they are buying phone, they are buying phone case also. Whenever they are buying laptop, they are buying laptop bag also. Okay, so it is done by many people. So based on that information, your artificial intelligence engineers or data science engineers, they just code it. Whenever any new player comes and orders it, it will just suggest. That is what is prediction. So that is what is happening in these things. So I gave the examples which are right now happening in front of your eyes. You just go to Facebook. What Facebook is doing, how user behavior, okay, how you let's suppose most of the youth, they spend online after 10 o'clock in the night. Most of the middle-aged people, they spend from 10 o'clock to evening 5 o'clock. Why? Because they are into office works and they have so many transactions happening on social media or Gmail. So this is one thing. In the mornings, what kind of age groups are looking at? So this is also one kind of addict. Now I'll tell you one interesting thing. Now based on the age group, okay, based on the time, advertisements will come. I hope you are understanding. Based on the age group. Now let's suppose I am in the age group of 30 to 35. For me, what kind of shopping I do, what kind of things I look for. Let's suppose you are in the age group of 15 to 20. 15 to 20 people, what kind of shopping they do, what kind of education courses they look for, those kind of advertisements comes. See people, if you have data, if you read the behavior, if you calculate the features, if you know the parameters, what's happening with artificial intelligence algorithms is immense. These kind of applications, I have given multiple applications, you people are looking every day. So this happens only with data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning engineers. So that is what it is. It is just disrupting everything. You go to real estate. Real estate, you all know, right? Okay, people who buy and sell plots or space or apartments or these things. Even that also, even there also, artificial intelligence and machine learning is algorithms play a role. Why? Because let's suppose I mean, you can just check for the platforms. If you go to real estate things, usually what they ask you, what's your salary? Why? Because based on your salary, you'll get the loan. Okay, so based on your salary, they'll show you the range how much you can put. So this is also again data. There also artificial intelligence things have come. There also data science. So huge data is there. Data science happens. I have given one more example. You name anything. You name anything. I'll give you one example. You go to biology. Your genes. Everyone knows, right? Human beings have genes and DNA. Even the genetic engineering. There is some genetic engineering course. There also artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science is applied. Why? Because based on your genes, what kind of diseases you get in the future, even that is predicted. That is how the technology has improved. Okay, based on your genes, based on your food patterns, based on your sleep patterns. Okay, all these things are collected. Again, this is data. Some algorithm will be written to process the data, to analyze the data, and then give some predictions so that you become more aware what's happening to you in the future. Then you take good measures to look after the things. So I think every area I have covered. Go to satellite. ISRO is doing so much. Even satellite images, I mean crop images, where water content is there, where good crops are there, where green cover is there. Satellite images send the data. Again, you process the data, analyze the data, write some algorithm, try to predict the data. Go to robotics. Okay, there are so many robots installed. Robotics just the robots will just hover around, collect the information. Again, once it collects the information, then again it's processing the data and predicting the data. IoT, even new course we have IoT. Okay, Internet of Things. What is Internet of Things? Again, there are so many sensors which are sitting around. Sensors will collect the data. Who will process the data? Artificial intelligence and data science people. See, electronics and computer science go hand in hand. Electronics will capture the data. Computer science, artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning people process the data, predict the data. So every engineering course is like that. We all go hand in hand so that we just support everyone and we see that the problems of the society are solved. That is why we do engineering. Till now, if you have any doubts, you can just ask me, I can answer it. After that, I'll just enter into entrepreneurship and then we can end the session.
Sir, as of now, there is no such question, sir. As of now.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now, so entrepreneurship. What is entrepreneurship? Okay, why entrepreneurship? Entrepreneur, again, I'll not tell the Wikipedia definitions of entrepreneur or entrepreneurship. People who has guts to do something, who has some vision in his mind, who wants to see the problems in the society, who wants to challenge the problems in the society, who wants to give solution to the society, and he comes as a entrepreneur. He finds his team, he asks his friends to help him. If I am good in coding, he'll come and tell me the idea, there is some problem, then let's solve together. That is how Ola has come. That is how Uber has come. That is how Amazon has come. That is how Redbus has come. Okay, these people, they saw the problem and they took it as a challenge. They went ahead. They didn't. They put their own amount, and they took a risk. They're not job seekers. Again, there are two types of people. One is job seeker, another is job creator. Okay. Now, if every year 15 lakhs engineering students are coming out from throughout India, if 15 lakh students comes, there are jobs. Let's talk frankly. There are no such. Those many jobs are not there. Okay. Now, everyone wants jobs. Then who will create jobs? If Infosys chairman Narayana Murthy didn't think about that problem, then Infosys was not there. If Infosys is not there, how many lakhs of jobs were not there? That is where entrepreneurship comes into picture. It's not only job seeking, you need to create the jobs also. How many days we go and seek a job from Infosys, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, or so and so, or so and so. Why don't you build one Amazon from India? Why don't you build one Paytm? Why don't you build one Redbus? If you just build one company and if it gets success, so many thousands and lakhs of students will get benefited through your company. That is what is entrepreneurship. Who is a risk taker, who has some vision to do something, he is entrepreneur. Okay, so this is what has to come in the society. That is why India, if you see that would Make in India, Startup India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. Why these all schemes? Why? Because the country like India, we are second largest populated country, my dear students. We are second largest populated country. To create jobs, we want job creators. You know one more thing, we are the youngest nation. If you see Japan, China, USA, average age of those countries is 40 and 45 and above. If you look at India, our average age is around 28. Okay, you just Google it, average age of India, 27 or 28 years. We have so much youth in our country, and we are the second largest. If this much youth populated country is there, and if we are just seeking jobs, no, we need to create jobs. We need to create jobs in such a way that even global partners will participate. Amazon is not Indian company. Okay, he has done it and he has come and set our branch. Why don't Indian students start a company and then he start his operations in USA? That is where entrepreneurship comes into picture. India is completely looking at it. Even every country in the world, 240 or 250 countries are there in the world. Every country is talking about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is starting your own company to have some vision to solve the problem. That is what is entrepreneurship. If you have guts to solve that, if you want to create jobs for your friends, if you want to create jobs for the society, if you want to solve some problem, then you are the one who are going to do this. Okay, that is what is entrepreneurship. Okay, if I'll give you some statistics. Our India stands out of 130 countries have participated in this survey. 130 or 134 countries have participated. Our rank in entrepreneurship is 78. Check where we are standing. We are second largest country. Okay, we are top in that. We are most youth are there in this country. Okay, 27 years or 28 years we are good in that. But if you look at creating jobs, we are somewhere in the back. That is why even government is encouraging people to do that. Okay, so that is what is entrepreneurship. You need to have some vision. And how entrepreneurship in artificial intelligence and data. I said no, whatever examples I said from past 45 minutes, these examples itself will tell you there is so much of scope. So much of scope. If you are in first year and second year, if you just learn Python and Tableau or something like that, and if you just build an app, then you are creating jobs. We have one company called Volocart in our Viba from Vaagdevi colleges. What they have done, they have created an app where they are connecting all kiranas. They are connecting the kiranas and then they are using some artificial intelligence algorithm to look at the pattern, how vendors are ordering the things and how users are ordering. Let me tell you, 1 kg rice, it will come for 2 days for me if we are 2 persons. 1 kg rice, it will come only for 2 days if there are 4 or 5 people. You just understand this kind of analysis. If we do, then we will understand how much crop has to produce at the farmer level. Are you understanding? This is like a chain. If you touch one point, it will keep on transferring to the other points and it will solve the problem. That is where the technology plays a role. That is where entrepreneur has to think. That is where artificial intelligence and data science comes into picture. So, my dear students, it's not only seeking for jobs. I want youth, uh, uh, budding engineers. I want you people to come up and take entrepreneur. Vaagdevi Incubation and Business Accelerator. You can just Google it. Vibafoundation.com is our website. Okay, Viba Foundation, VIBA, vibafoundation.com. You just look at our website. You will understand how many engineering students from Vaagdevi colleges have started their own companies. 12 startups are there. People are starting their own companies and they have started giving internships to their friends. They are giving jobs to their friends. Okay, you need to understand that. Yeah, don't trust my words. You just go and look at the website. You just go and check their websites and their mobile apps, how beautifully they have built. They're just second year and third year students. So that is what it is. So this is what I just wanted to tell. I just want our Indian youth to take up entrepreneurship. If you want any support, Viba always will support. Viba stands for Vaagdevi Incubation and Business Accelerator. We have good mentors. Yesterday only we had MOU with the Research and Innovation Circle of Hyderabad, Government of Telangana. We have Government of Telangana support also. If you are coming up with some innovation, we are ready to fund your projects. We are ready to fund your innovation. We will see that it starts as a company. At the same time, here Vaagdevi colleges have built a good curriculum for data science and artificial intelligence. If you people are interested, you can look at the curriculum and things so that you can learn more. Every facility is there. Everything is available. You people have to show a particular interest. You should have those analytical skills, coding skills, and to do something. You don't join engineering for the sake of joining engineering. Join engineering with a passion. Join engineering with some goal. I want to see myself in Microsoft. Okay, if you want to see yourself in Microsoft, you need to have good coding skills. If you want to join Google, you need to have some other skills. If you want to start your own company, you need to have marketing, sales, coding, everything. Okay, you need to build your team. If you come to engineering, there are projects. Why do we do projects? Please understand why curriculum has introduced projects. Why? Because project means 4 or 5 members form a team. Okay, in that team also one student is good at coding, one student is good at hardware, one student is good at writing machine learning algorithms or artificial algorithms, one student is good in something, one student is good in articulation. This is called a team. If this team collectively works, then you are doing something. That is what company also wants. When you join company, you need to join a team. If you are a good team player, then you can do something. If you have these, if you do some good projects in latest trends, IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning, people will come and take you like anything. Will take you like anything. Mark my words. Okay. You have, if you have worked on latest technologies, your projects are there, then people will come and recruit you like anything. And if you start your company, there are so many investors who are ready to invest in data science and machine learning companies. This is what I wanted to tell you people. I think I'll end here. I am ready to take questions. If any questions are there, I am ready to answer. Thank you very much.
So basically, these students are those who have joined. Basically, are new students. I mean, freshers.
Okay.
So they don't know much about incubation center and entrepreneurship. So they have not asked much about it.
Okay. Okay.
So you really gave a very good light onto this particular topic. Initially, you told about what is data science, what is artificial intelligence, and all those. And those who are watching this, they will obviously know with a real life example that how these things are related. They are a part of our society. They are part of our, day-to-day life. And in the second part of your talk, you told about how to start. All those things that we are doing in Viva. So people, those who are interested to, those who are watching this video, they will obviously find it will be like a informative session to take a decision regarding which subject to choose for. And obviously, as you have told regarding our incubation center Viva, obviously they will choose this college as their destination for their next 4 years. Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Thank
much for
you.
your valuable time that you have spent with
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.